You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we got Deion Sanders saying a hell of a lot about ex-players. One of them is his son. The other one is, of course, Travis Hunter. And I got to tell you, his comments regarding the Browns and Shedeur, they're kind of wild. Because they're sort of throwing Shedeur Sanders' teammates under the damn bus. If you ask me, he threw them under the bus. I mean, the hell with sort of. He threw them under the bus. And I get what he's trying to say here, but it's still a bad look. I don't know if Deion has visited the Browns or not yet. Be kind of interesting to know how Todd Monken feels about these comments, though, to be honest. So let's just start right here. Let me just pull this up. Okay, here we go. Shedeur Sanders took over as starting quarterback week 12, and after two more starts, he was named the starter for the remainder of the season. Sanders' stunning slide to the fifth round of the 2025 draft set a stage for him becoming one of the most scrutinized rookies in recent memory. Few know Shedeur's game better than his father, Deion Sanders, and college coach. On Wednesday, the two-time Super Bowl champion reflected on his son's rookie season. After Shedeur endured, okay, an uneven rookie season for the 5-12 Browns, the Colorado football coach said he hoped for more from his son, but also pointed to the support the young quarterbacks need early in development. Quote, I wanted him to perform a little better, but that's not just an individual thing, that's a team thing. Sanders told Covers while speaking on behalf of a partnership with Depends. Quote, a quarterback needs help tremendously from the offensive line, from receivers, from the running game, from the coordinators as well. So he's drowning Kevin Stefanski's coaching staff. It's not just a singular thing like a defensive back. I don't care what the pass rush is. The DB has to do his job. It's a little different with quarterback. He needs several things to go right for him to be successful. Yeah, but Deion knows as well as anybody. In the National Football League, if you win and lose, it is on the quarterback. That's why the quarterback gets paid so much money. Because all the failures, successes and failures, right, wrong, indifferent, go on the quarterback. And the quarterback has got to be prepared to publicly take that bullet. That's just the way it is in the National Football League. You can't go out there and be like, yeah, I need better help from my O-line. I need better help from my receivers. I mean, if Shedeur does that, he's going to get destroyed. He'll get eviscerated out here. You cannot do that. Deion knows better than that, but that's part of the problem. Somebody came out the other day, too, Colin Cowherd, and crushed Deion. He said, I think Shedeur can play. I'm rooting for the kid, blah, blah, blah. But Deion Sanders did not do him any favors in the draft process. And I was like, wow, I've heard that before from me. From me. And then you want to show up at camp. All right, that's great. So now he's chiming in on Travis Hunter, too. In a more recent interview, the topic came up again, talking about Sanders playing both ways. Whether the Jaguars will pick Deion's brain. Quote, they're not going to ask me, Sanders told DJ Sadaki of Covers.com. I thank God that you're asking me. The kid won a Heisman Trophy playing both sides of the ball. That's all I've got to say. Deion later said a bit more on the topic of the players to whom Hunter could be compared. There's no comparison to what he's able to produce on the field. It's no comparison. I can't say who I would compare him to because I would be lessening that person. That's not fair to him or the persons I'm comparing him to. He's different, man. Yeah, and we're finding out, though, is he going to be able to keep up? The Jags made Travis Hunter a part-time two-way player in 2025, taking roughly 2/3 of the offensive snaps in 7 games. He played roughly 1/3 defensive snaps. A knee injury ended Hunter's rookie season prematurely. That's the problem, is the physical nature and wear and tear of the National Football League compared to college. Not to mention the game planning. I mean, there was a story, and it's kind of weird what has happened here. There was a story that came out. Travis Hunter's going to play one way. One way. And he's going to play cornerback. Everybody remember that story come out? Then like a month later, I think it was on the Rich Eisen show or somewhere, the general manager, who, by the way, is he any good at all? Because that draft looks suspect. And right now, the trade with the Cleveland Browns for Travis Hunter looks suspect. It looks like the Browns fleeced the shit out of the Jags, is what it looks like. Anyway, like a month later, the Jaguars GM's all scrambling backwards like, no, we never said that. We never said that. Yeah, somebody leaked that to who reported it from the Jags, and you put it out there to see what the response was going to be, and there was a bunch of backlash because anybody that comes out of Colorado, there's always going to be a social media shark frenzy around it. People will be mad and try to say Shedeur, that Deion didn't just drown Shedeur's teammates. Oh, y'all can't all do it by itself. Yeah, we technically get that, but you technically can't say it out loud either, or you shouldn't. You shouldn't, right? So, I mean, if you think those teammates don't look at Shedeur after hearing that crap, like, the fuck, man? Really? Again, by the way, evidently that job is close right now. I said I'm rooting for Shedeur over Deshaun Watson. But anyway, back to Travis Hunter. I just don't believe he's physically going to be able to do it. Now, here's the problem. He looks like he's a better cornerback than wide receiver. The problem with that is, in order to justify how high he was picked, you almost have to play him at wide receiver. I mean, because at cornerback, if he doesn't turn out to be a 9-time All-Pro, 9-time Pro Bowler, I mean, legitimate Pro Bowler, not an alternate or none of that shit, but a clear-cut, 3-time All-Pro, 9-time Pro Bowler, then you can't justify that pick. If he doesn't turn out to be a real dude, like a hell of a dude, at cornerback, I don't know. Whereas an even receiver, when he was coming out, I said, he feels like a number 2 wide receiver at his ceiling. Well, you can't take a number 2 receiver where they took him in the draft and on top of it, trade everything on earth for him. That entire thing was set up. It not set up by the league or nothing, but just you set Travis Hunter up for failure. I thought his draft grades were too high because they were trying to give him a draft grade based on cornerback and wide receiver. And I was like, yeah, but long term, that's not going to play. It's still not going to play. They can say all they want. I mean, they can say all they want to about. So what happens if you get a cornerback that's, let's just in our mind think about PFF. Let's say he's ranked as the 43rd best cornerback in the league and the 39th best wide receiver. Is that transcendent? Because no, it's not. It's not. And it's not worth the trade, and it's not worth the pick. And Deion. Hey, Deion, how about a little bit more of that? Tell me what by the way, I'm going to, Deion's seat should be scorching hot at Colorado this year. Like, there should be a bowl game made. I mean, he needs to win like 7 games. At Colorado, 7 games is good. But he needs to win like 7 games. He needs to make a bowl game and win it, probably. But because it's Colorado, they probably won't do nothing about it. You already got alumni everywhere pissed off out there. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.